What's up, keto people? Okay, so today is experiment day, or follow along with Bonnie, because I've decided to go ahead and try to do a chicken Parmesan breaded crusted pizza. I haven't even looked up any recipes online. The only thing that I saw was this Facebook video of like a restaurant, I think in New York, that had this huge chicken patty that they did. And of course they did all the normal breading and stuff. So, and that's stuck in my mind for like not a week, a month to 2 months now. So I'm deciding to attempt it, looking at no recipes, nothing. So here's what I did. If you see, this is a whole pound of ground chicken, okay? But I cut it up into 2 halves because I'm not quite sure how well it's going to go. Now, if you recall in the breading, what did I do there? Oh yeah, the arancini balls. I'm going to do the breading just the same way, but you know, these are big patties, just themselves a half a pound each. So I figure I'm going to have to freeze them, you know, freeze them. So what I did for the ingredients, because I have 2 different ones, is for this one, I put in an 1/8 of a cup of crushed pork rinds, which food processor, if y'all haven't gotten one, get one. And then an 1/8 of a cup, or however many tablespoons is, of grated Parmesan cheese. And then an 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, an 1/8 of a teaspoon of basil leaves, a 1/4 of a teaspoon, because I'm all about oregano leaves, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then half of a beaten egg. And that's in this one. The same ingredients are in this one, but it's minus the crushed pork rinds. I just maybe there's no difference, and you can completely exclude that step. Parmesan cheese and egg still in here with those spices. Oh, there is my cat. That is very unsanitary. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to pop these in the freezer and then I'll come back. I don't know if it's going to be a few hours or tomorrow before I get to test more, or figure out about it. So I will see y'all in a bit. Okay, guys, so it took about 2 hours for it to fully become knock on sort of hard. Now, I did put it on some wax paper on a plate, but when I was trying to peel it off, the paper was coming off, so I just used a knife to get underneath there, and it came out just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in some egg wash, which I thought I was going to be able to do in a circular casserole dish. I know you can't see it, but it's going in an egg wash right now. And now it's going to go into the breadcrumb mixture. Hold on a second, because it's not all the way. Okay, egg wash, all good. Okay, so now it's going to go into the mixture. I said breadcrumb mixture. The pork rind, it's going to be pork rinds, Parmesan cheese, almond flour and coconut flour. It's the same breading that I used for the arancini balls. I'm just hoping that that will be just as good for this. And now I have the coconut oil heating up. It's probably best if I did this with my, okay. Whoops. Oh, Lewis, you come over there and eat some pork rind, Lewis. Okay. You don't want really the excess. Okay, so here's what we have, breading and all, and okay, that seems to be doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, do this some more. I'm going to slap this in the coconut oil, and I'm going to fry that up, and then we'll come back. Okay, guys, I found a trick because apparently these are big, and they will become flexible. So what we're going to do is take a spatula. I have this fish spatula, and we're just going to get it underneath there as best we could. Get the tongs and flip. Ah! increase. We'll jump. Man, I have so many brain farts, y'all. Count for every brain fart I have in every video. Excuse the fart reference. Okay, so here's the one that has the pork rinds in it. I could have kept it in a little bit longer for sure, but this is my first time doing this. They're in for roughly about 5 minutes a piece, or like 5 minutes on each side. So it's smelling really good. We just don't know how it's going to be because we're doing this on a whim. So I'm going to finish frying this one up, and then I will tell you what's up next. Okay guys, so I have the oven preheated to 350. I have the patties, the chicken Parmesan patties, on a cookie sheet. I sprayed it with coconut oil. They look pretty good. And now I'm gonna add some Rayo's. I like the Arrabbiata. It's the spicier version. It's 4 carbs for a half a cup, and there's no sugar besides like the tomatoes, the natural flavoring of the tomatoes in there. So I have about 1/3 of a cup. I don't know if I'm gonna need more or less. Let's just see here. Okay, definitely not 1/3 of a cup. So maybe just 1/4 of a cup. Yeah, 1/4 of a cup will do. But you know, I like to have my sauce on the very ends. You know, I don't want the crust. Now, this particular one I would. Okay, just kind of put however much you want of the sauce on there, actually. So I'm going to do that with both of these. Then I have a half a cup of my shredded mozzarella cheese, but once again, I just don't know if I'm going to use all of it, more of it. Probably, now that I'm looking at it, more of it. Cheese. Like that. No, that's about right. Maybe a little extra. Okay, cheese. Cheese, good. Yeah. And then I have about 8 pepperoni slices. I doubt even 8 is really going to be needed on here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other one up, pop them in the oven, and see how long that takes. One thing I forgot, this is chicken Parmesan, right? Parmesan, right? I also put some cheddar cheese on the other one just to kind of see which one works. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, so I took them out. They were around 7 to 8 minutes, 350, and then I broiled them for about 5 minutes to try and get the brown on the cheese. Didn't work that well. But anyway, so I have to admit, I could not wait. I got a little bite of it, but here it is. I will say it's pretty darn good. It's probably something that I would make once a month though, because to be honest with you, the steps, there was just a bunch to it. I mean, the pepperoni makes it. Oh, this would be good with some sausage on there. I would say put a little bit more Parmesan cheese and certainly a lot more of the spices in with the breading, as well as the chicken itself. I knew I was putting in a little bit less, but it's better to put in less than to put in more, and you can't subtract or whatever. But anyway, so I'm gonna put the macros up here. I would say I'd certainly do this as like a once a month thing. It's way easier to do the canned chicken one, but I will say it's going to be very filling. Like, I've had 3 bites of this and I'm already like, okay, I could have maybe the rest of that little piece and be done with it. So anyway, I hope you like my follow me doing this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and also if you want to see more, see emails of whenever I post videos, just go ahead and click on the bell. I will see you later.